Hello everybody, Captain Kevin. Welcome to Austrian Adventures. This is flight number 2 to Hallstatt and then back again, Salzburg by night. I hope you enjoy it. Here's the routing through the Salzkammergut resort area. Stretches from Salzburg eastwards along the Alps and then across the northern limestone Alps to the peaks of the Dockstein Mountains. The main river in the region is the Tran, which is the left tributary of the Danube. The name Salzkammergut translates to salt territories, and it's a German word for the territories held by the Prince Archbishops of the Holy Roman Empire and of the Habsburg monarchy. Here we are at the Salzburg airport, taxiing out for departure on Salzburg WA Mozart Airport. Runway, let's go south, runway 15, because we're heading in the southerly direction. Another beautiful day to go flying on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Flaps are set on the amphibian airplane Icon A5, max thrust, and away we go. Keep it straight. With a twist grip on my controller. Oh, I'm off to the right. I can fix that. Put a good eye off into the distance. There we go. 50 knots. Ease the nose up. Up and airborne. Gear up. There they go. Flaps up. And away we go. Let's go exploring the beautiful vistas of Austria. Heading in the south direction now, let's turn left and we'll go right over the city center, the Hallstatt, as we find our way towards the beautiful Lake District. Using the power back as we're leveling off at around the 2,000 foot area. That's the altimeter in the lower right corner of the screen. Upper left corner of the screen is our compass. Straight ahead of me I can see the Hohensalzburg. You'll get a good view of it in a second. There's a small hill just to the left of just above the left wingtip. One of the most beautiful castles in all of Europe, a medieval castle going right back to the year 1000 pretty well when it was started. Reflects the wealth of the archbishops, the prince archbishops of the Salzburg area. Our destination today is a salt mine, the Hallstatt, beautiful city of Hallstatt and a mine associated with it. But let's take first a look at the Festung Hohensalzburg. I've just released the drone camera once again in Microsoft Simulator 2020. Recall that these images are computer-generated images. They're not actual pictures of the city or the castle. They're not exact, but I think you'll find them to be pretty good. So let's zoom in here, see what we can see. Can't help but think of knights in shining armor protecting the river and all the valuable white gold that comes down the salt sack from the salt mines. Salt so important in the medieval and the 17th, 18th centuries for preservation of food, fish. One of the most beautiful castles. It's called a Festung, a fortress technically. Fortress Hohensalzburg and the Hallstatt below. Beautiful old city of Salzburg. That's the Salzach River. Stabilize the aircraft, release from the drone, and away we go. We're leaving late in the evening, so it will be night when we come back. On the left, the Kapuzinerberg, there. And Salzburg is growing so fast, of course, it's surrounding now all the valleys, all the hills around Salzburg. So we're going up towards the railway, and let's go off towards the countryside. Following Highway 158 initially, at least. Low level is kind of fun, you get the sense of the speed. And we're climbing as well now up to 2,500 feet as we're going uphill, higher ground. Off to the left, some water is visible, the Wallersee. How's my German? I'm doing the best I can. Still trying to learn. Salzburg Ring is a fantastic auto sport center. Long straightaway. Here I've increased the speed of the video to 4x times. Still get the beautiful views, but we can cover a lot more distance. Here I'm now tracking on the A1 Autobahn off under the left wing, and water up ahead is the first lake that we're going to be crossing. City of Tyrol, just before we get to the lake. Left turn over the city of Mondsee. That's the city below the nose. There it is, and we'll turn right across and down the lake. And that's why we call it the Lake District. If you were in the Toronto, Canada area where I'm filming this, you would know the Muskoka Lakes to the north of Toronto. We call that our Lake District. Another village along the lake. And we're crossing over now from the Mondsee to the Wolfgangsee. And let's go down southeast along the Wolfgangsee. Where this water, this lake, narrows mostly, St. Gilgen on the right. And across the waterway is the St. Wolfgang, where the famous hotel, the Weißes Rössl, is. If you're a fan of operettas, you would know that well. Famous Austrian operetta from St. Wolfgang. You'll see that on the way back at night. Southernmost part of the lake, we have Schrobe, as we now work our way from this lake to the next. Beautiful view of Wolfgangsee behind us, and that's where we're going for another lake through the narrow passageway. Salzkammergutberg. Let's check our reading. Oh, yes, I got it now. Bad Ischl next coming up. This is the Ischl River and Highway 158 that we're following. Before we make our turn, we'll see the quite large village of Bad Ischl, very famous in the days of the Austrian Empire, when Sissi would spend some time here. Kings and queens of Austria used it often. Bad Ischl. Now we'll pick up the Traun River, and it will eventually go from the pass to the next lake. You're going to see one of my favorite lakes in all of Austria to visit as a tourist. Whether you go by train from Salzburg or by car, it's roughly a 2-hour journey. Stunningly beautiful. I hope this video shows it as well as real life does. I can't imagine, but let's have a look. Halfway to the next lake is the Bad Gosern. And here comes our lake. Steep mountains on both sides. The Hallstatter See. Like a fjord, but it's a fantastic lake. Sun is slowly setting, getting a little dark, but I still have good visibility. On the right side is the incredible city of Hallstatt, little village that hangs on the edge of the cliff. Here around the corner to the right, I'm looking at a dead-end canyon, but that mountain we just saw, that's where the salt is. That's the salt mine of Hallstatt. The end of the lake is the Obertraun, as we go towards the Dachstein, Hippenstein, big mountain areas at the southernmost part of the Hallstatter See. Let's go back and have a look at Hallstatt. Again, mining country, salt mine, the most valuable, rich salt mines you could find anywhere, easy to get at relatively. And as we fly along here, we'll go over the Bahnhof where you would come from Salzburg, then you take a ferry across to Hallstatt, as I'm doing with the flight here now, to slow her down a little bit to enjoy the view. The small village is a tourist mecca, and lots of complaints of over-tourism. Can't get a bus into the village anymore. Our friends from Asia love this place. They come in full white wedding dresses to take photos, have their perfect backdrop. Let's have a little low look here. Ah yeah, slow down this video, Kevin. I'm going to use the amphibian. Let's land. Landing on Hallstatter See at Hallstatt on the left. The mountain where all of the salt is on our left as well. There's a cable car that goes up to the top. Beautiful view. Easy now. Power off. Goes up. Careful. Oh! There's a little hop. And settle in. Let it settle. There we go. We made it. Hallstatt. Okay, so the buildings don't look exactly like the real thing, but here's a high-res photo of Hallstatt in the summer. And at this time of the year, which is December in Toronto, Hallstatt in the winter. That's so fantastic. Hope you can get a chance to view that one day. Okay, we're out of here. Salzburg by night. Getting dark. Full power. Nose up. Careful. And away we go. Routing going home will be very much the same, and we'll probably pass Mondsee and go via another lake. Got to follow the roads as best I can. I got to keep my maps available to know what the safe altitudes are. This is now at night. We can't see as well. The small village of Stieg, and I'm going to pick up Highway 145 and go back up the way we came to Bad Ischl. The lighted highway should help. I'm at 2,700 feet approximately, and going to be very careful of my altitude. I know what the height of the passes are, so I know my minimum altitudes. There's that village of Bad Gotzern, which we just passed on the way to Hallstatt. Looks like it's low land off towards the right, so okay, there we go, off towards the right, looking for valleys. Village of Laufen. I'm trying, I'm going to learn this language. Now we're looking for our turn, is that it? Yeah. Here's the city of Bad Ischl. It's a big city, and the road leading out is where it's number 158, and that's indeed what we need. So we can follow that. Hope it's lit up at night. Look at that sunset. I promised you a visual delight, and this, I believe, is a visual delight. Following the road, in the narrow passageway, it looks to be mountainous straight ahead, but I do know this road will take us to the Salzburg area and to the lakes up ahead, and then the Salzburg. Here's a Berg, or Castle Hill, in the village of Strobel, and that's on the Wolfgang See. That was the site of a major battle in World War II. Here on the right is St. Wolfgang. What a beautiful place for a Christmas market. Really, the Wolfgang See has got one of the nicest Christmas markets on that whole region. And nice to visit in the summer if you don't visit it in the winter. I'll fly along this left-hand side, or the southernmost side of the Wolfgang See, just to pick a side, and the highways over here. I follow roads, I follow railways, I follow rivers. That's how you fly when you're flying visual. Now, at the end of this lake, I have to make a decision. There's St. Gilgen, the city. It goes off to the right, it goes off to the left. I think I want to go off to the left on Highway 158. Looking carefully, there's 158 coming in. I think I got it. Yeah, that's it. You'll notice the valley up ahead. Dangerous at night, but I do know my height's good at 3,000. Crucial. Yet another small town. This time along the Crucial See. On our way to Salzburg. As we exit the Crucial See, the land is flattening out a little bit now. Have mountains on the left, flatlands on the right, and as you can see, I'm still flying along Highway 158. Must be getting close to Salzburg. There's a Hof by Salzburg village. Tallest mountain on the left there is the Geisberg, where the antenna is. Oh, there goes the Salzburg Ring, which is the racetrack. Not too far from Salzburg. Sun is set as far as I can see. The lights are just coming on now as we work right to the city of Salzburg. A hill not too far from the airport area is called Kapitänenberg, and then the Salzach River, and then the city of Salzburg. Here it all comes together. Look at those lights. Right past the Festung. Looking for the airport slightly, straight ahead of me. I can see it. You'll see it momentarily. Here we are, flying right overhead, runway 1533 at Salzburg W.A. Mozart Airport. Good old Mozart, he owns this city. They love him. Hey, there's even a chocolate named after Mozart. We're doing our standard left-hand turns towards the runway. We call it a circuit, a left downwind, a left base leg, and then a final approach and landing. We're at the farthest most point now before we turn back. This is the village of Eichert, just before the Untersburg mountain. So it is time to turn. Here we go. Southernmost part of the city of Salzburg now. There's my runway off the left. Make sure the gear's down. Flaps starting to come down. There's the runway up ahead. You can see the lights flashing. That's what we call rabbit lights leading us into the runway. And I'm looking on the left side for a red and white series of lights that will tell me how high or low I am. We call it the Precision Approach Path Indicator, PAPI. Should be red and white for a large aircraft especially. And I can see that I'm doing okay as we come in here. Let's have a close look. I got 1 red and 3 white on the left, so my height's good for my little airplane. Aiming for the green flashing lights at the start of the runway. Quick scenic. This is what it really looks like at night. A little bit low now, but I got the runway 33. Kevin, power off. It goes up a little bit. Let it sink. Speed's bleeding off. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Touchdown. Keep it straight. This little airplane likes to wiggle. Keep it straight. I got it. I got it. Little braking now. Little braking. And follow the green taxi lights. There you go. Salzburg by night. And a nice trip through the Salzburg resort area. East and southeast of Salzburg. See if we can find a park. This is the second in a series of 7 flights I'm doing. I hope you join me for the remainder. Having a peek ahead, looking for a spot to park. Hopefully somebody will guide us in, but this big airport might have a follow me. Looks like I have to do it myself. Okay. There's the terminal building, the tower. This'll do. Parking brake set. And there you have it. Flight number 2 to Hallstatt and Salzburg by night. Join us next flight with number 3 will be to Werfen and the Königssee. Check out for me on YouTube, PokerPilotKH. Thank you.